Welcome to today's webinar presented by Supercoder.com. Supercoder.com is an online coding solution offering Part A and B coding reference tools, resources, and not more than 30 specialty coding and compliance newsletters from the Coding Institute in one site. I hope you enjoy this short session.
We have 16 revised diagnosis coding. Most of those are grammatical or addition of clarifying terms. And I use, again, the triangle to indicate a revised code, not just ICD-9, but all of them. That's very common in all of our coding books, are to use those types of symbols. We have 33 invalid codes for 2012. The vast majority of those were invalid or they were deleted because they were fourth-digit codes that were taken to the fifth digit in 2012. Just to remember that our 2012 update is our true last regular annual update for a full-fledged update. And again, the amount of changes that we had this year is not as many as we've had in past. But our next that will come this coming fall in October 1 of 2012 is going to be a very, very limited diagnosis update, and that's because they're trying to ramp up and have the code sets established for when we transition over in 2013 to ICD-10. It'll truly only include the new technology and more so new diseases. So if there's a new virus worldwide that we want to be able to capture and track, we may see new codes for that, but this will be our last full year or full update. Well, moving right along on slide 4, we're going to get right into some of our changes. For neurology, our first really comes up in Chapter 5. That's our mental, behavioral, and neurodevelopmental disorders. We have new codes here, and this was really a request is intended to parallel those fifth digits at that subcategory of 294.1, dementia and conditions classified elsewhere. It was noted that providers will often document dementia with behavioral disturbances, but not always identify the etiology or the underlying cause. So they wanted to be able to identify this dementia that doesn't have a behavioral disturbance versus an unspecified or when we don't know the underlying cause of that, but the patient still has that behavioral disturbance. So we're going to report those with the 294.20 or 294.21. Another new code is 310.81, a pseudobulbar effect. Pseudobulbar effect is PBA, is a neurological condition that causes sudden, involuntary, and frequent episodes of crying or laughing, which typically occur out of proportion or incongruent to the patient's underlying emotional state. They're typically secondary to either a neurological disease or injury, so traumatic injury. It's been reported to occur as high as 49% of patients with ALS. So some of your neurologists may actually be seeing this. And so in the past, we've not really had a great way to document that diagnosis-wise, ICD-9. And so they wanted to be able to track it and to be able to indicate that the underlying condition. So we do have, when you look in your code book, there is a code first, and that's to underline, to indicate that underlying condition, like I said, such as ALS, a late effect of a cerebrovascular accident, etc., should be linked first. But we also want to have that the manifestation of that.
Supercoder is the fastest-growing online reference tool with more than 25,000 subscribers. Call 866-228-9252 to get a free product demo or sign up at supercoder.com for a 7-day free trial.